Giants have emerged from their strongholds to threaten civilization as never before. Hill giants are stealing all the grain and livestock that they can, while stone giants have been scouring settlements that have been around forever. Fire giants are press-ganging small folk into the desert, while frost giants' long ships have been pillaging along the Sword Coast. Even the elusive cloud giants have been witnessed, their wondrous floating cities appearing above Water's Deep and Boulder's Gate. Where is the storm giant King Hecaton, who is tasked with keeping order among these giants? What the lands of Faerun, the elves and the dwarves, the humans and the halflings, and the gnomes and the dragonborn need right now is a group of heroes to raise and take on this threat and ensure continued peace in the lands. And maybe one day they'll get round to it.
Talk on the streets and taverns of Baldur's Gate has turned to a death curse, a mysterious ailment afflicting anyone who has passed through the doors of death and returned. A wasting disease that seems them sliding back towards the death they once denied, and the doors of death seem to have sealed tightly shut, meaning that no return from beyond. Temples and scholars are at a loss to explain this mysterious death curse. A dark power grows in the jungles of Chult, a mysterious peninsula far to the south, ringed by mountains and choked by rainforests. The death curse and this dark power seem to be intertwined, and those suffering from the curse seek to bring an end to it. Heroes have been chosen for this task, but they have not returned, and time runs short for those seeking to avoid a sad and painful death. And so now it seems that it is time for new heroes to rise. Will they succeed where others have failed, or will they be doomed to wander lost in the jungles of Chult forever? Hello, and welcome. I didn't press that button. Hello and welcome to... I nearly said Minecraft and I don't know why.
This is a funny looking Minecraft.
Minecraft!
We need that as our intro. Can we record that, please?
That's how Sean used to intro Minecraft.
How I used to enjoy Minecraft.
We should get Sean... We should see if Sean can get on the server. Why haven't we done that yet? Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, get on the server. Sort it out. This isn't why we're here, though.
Anyway, yeah, we're going to play D&D.
'Cause that's the thing we do.
We're going to play some... I was going to try and do, like, the Critical Role, like, this is where the nerdy-ass voice actors, but we're not voice actors.
I'm definitely not. I can't do voices to save my life.
I mean, I'd love to be, but I'm not.
Sean can do...
Kind of. But not in English.
Multilingual voice actors.
We've got some peeps. Some of them are actors in vague senses of the word, and we're going to play some D&D.
Yay!
My name is John, and I'm joined by Sean
Hello.
and Sammy
Hello.
and Sharon.
Hi.
Because apparently I asked for the S's to arrive this week.
Yeah.
Amy is not with us tonight because it is her birthday, and we wish her a happy birthdays.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Just like that. So tonight I will be playing the role of Malzeray. Yay.
Just what you've always wanted.
I mean, I get the feeling when you guys hear my amazing Malzeray impression that I've been working on, definitely, you guys are all just going to take weeks off for me to do all of the characters.
Yeah.
And then there'll just be one stream where it's just me sat here playing the game alone.
Yep. And we'll all be in the chat watching.
Watching and judging.
Yeah.
We all won't be
Eating
here, but we
popcorn.
will.
Silently judging.
Oh, yay.
You
You
suggested
said it, you said it, not us, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
You shouldn't have given us the idea to start with.
When last we saw your characters, you were investigating a Temple of Waukeen, a long-abandoned temple, and you found something corrupt in the crypt.
Sandwich someone had left there.
It was far worse than that. There was a ghost that was trying to do some sort of ritual thing, but you thwarted its evil plans and you laid the dead to rest, and you saved... Guy's name goes here. You saved the worshipper of the god of death and internment, and you returned to the surface, and you started heading home because you'd travelled quite some distance investigating the madman's prophecies, and so now you have started the trip home. You're making your way back from a town. Effectively, you made your way all the way to the town of Elven Tree, and you're making your way home.
Woo!
Back to your castle keep. You are currently, when we join you guys this session, on your about halfway through the third day of travelling.
Cool.
And you are making your way past Hillsfar, which is a fairly large merchant town that you guys have had some run-ins with the guards before.
Okay.
Hillsfar is the town, I don't know if you guys remember, where the Red Plumes come from, who enforce the great laws of humanity and trade that basically ban non-humans from entering the town of Hillsfar itself.
Yes.
Let's enter the town now.
While you do not seek entrance to the town at this moment,
Aww.
the non-humans in your group, which is all of you...
I mean,
Everyone.
the instinct will be from Neff going past it to have hood up ears hidden, but
your group is largely heckled for merely getting as close to Hillsfar as you are. But happily, Hillsfar is starting to disappear into the distance behind you, and you are putting such things similarly in your wake. When suddenly you hear the thunderous approach of horses from behind you.
Oh, they're going to be good.
I don't have coconuts to clip, clop. There we go.
By FBF.
Foley work. Apply now for the final boss fight sound pack.
Just clap your hands enough and you can make goofy noises.
Suddenly you hear the thunderous approach of several horse.
Horse!
A number of impressively adorned riders storm past you without so much as a glance in your direction, much less yielding an inch of the roadway. Their heavy mounts with shiny black coats and gleaming barding are clearly bred for battle. The crimson tabards of Hillsfar and the bright red plumes atop their helms accent the soldiers' fine armour. It is an impressive display, but they are gone as quickly as they arrived.
I don't like the sound of that.
And they're going the way we're going.
They are going the way that you are going.
I don't like that one bit.
Doesn't seem like the best of things.
Perhaps we should pick up the pace slightly.
Yeah, I think you need to pick up the pace. If only we could go back to a particular racist town and hire horses!
As you top the next small hill, you hear the sharp clang of metal echoing through the forest canopy. Looking down the hill to a small creek ford, you see a group of red plumes engaged with several non-human assailants who have clearly ambushed them. One unfortunate soldier is currently dangling from an overhanging branch, having been lassoed around the neck, and is currently being hauled aloft. His face is blue and his legs jerk and flail in a macabre jig of death. A number of horses in red-plumed livery are scattered around the area. A handful of lifeless corpses lie on the ground.
From what we can see, who's winning?
At the moment, it seems to be fairly evenly matched. There is 6 red plumes and 8 bandits or thugs. In fact, I'm not even going to continue describing this scene. I'm just going to press this button and also this and bring you into the battle map.
Oh god!
Ah! No.
What do we do? How do we fight? Oh god!
Would we have got that close before?
I'm assuming, unfortunately, the battle map is only so large.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, come back!
There you go. That's as far as my battle map actually, no, wait. There you go.
Yay!
We're so far away now!
Feel free to place yourselves in your own not that far away.
I
In
want
your-
to get there in one turn, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I would be a little bit. I'd be like there. Oh,
Neff would have been dawdling somewhere behind, probably.
as hell. My spells only have a certain range. So,
My feet as well.
Oi, Cal.
Oh my
yes,
god.
spells right.
So Malzure like.
See, it's perfect. What we gonna do?
Well, I don't know. Whose side are we fighting on here?
5
Not
seconds. I need to roll an intelligence check. Because I might fight for no one and actually try and bash everyone.
Kill them all!
Yeah, because he sees a fight, he doesn't know which side is good or bad. He's like, okay, I'm just going to dive in and slash.
Is there any chance with a decent enough perception, maybe? Something like that? To overhear what they're fighting about, what's being said whilst they're fighting? Shouted at each other.
Probably fuck you and all that kind of very, very intense language.
I'll let you make an insight roll.
I'm looking for some, like, give that back, or, like, no. Something like that. Stop stealing my shit. Insight. Woo!
Okay.
What do I know?
Jeez, I'm hanging on.
There you go. 13. I got the same.
Spill me some tea on this.
Let me get some other character sheets open and roll their insights.
For fuck's sake, I'm just 5 feet away from getting down one shot. She says drinking tea.
You're drinking tea or Nepherin's
Yes.
drinking tea?
I'm drinking tea.
I'm just imagining Nephrine being on the side of a battle drinking tea now.
Just sipping.
Malzure is, as ever, very insightful.
She's just looking at Kaldurek's brilliant stature.
Squeak, however, is quite insightful.
But she can't convey it to any of us. Why is it always the one that can't easily convey things to us that just knows everything?
Well, technically,
that's not true.
Nephirin rolled better than Squeak, so I'm gonna take... I'm gonna do this.
Oh god.
You get some secrets, and it's up to you how you share them.
Exciting.
From what you can ascertain,
Yeah.
there is a caravan, a trade caravan heading along this route.
Okay.
That contains vital supplies to be distributed to local trade outposts and villages. And because of increased bandit activity in the area, they've sent this advanced party through that has now been ambushed by bandit activity within the area.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Or at the very least, that appears to be what the soldiers
And
seem to be under the impression of.
have I seen any of them glance this way yet? Or are they, like,
Soldiers,
really in battle?
they're both pretty wrapped up in the fighting at the moment.
Okay, that's cool.
There's at least there's 2 to 3 dead bodies on either side, so this has been a pretty intense scrap already.
Yeah. Okay.
No Africans.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Shan.
So, I've overheard that it's a advance party before what seems like a caravan coming through for trade. Because there's been so much bandit activity, they've decided to send a party to clear the way first. And they're taking aid to and trade stuff to towns and villages in the area.
So that is the guards that are clearing the path.
Yes. This is the pre-party.
And these dudes have decided to ambush that.
Because they're a big bunch of bandits.
Big old bunch of bandits. Well...
And no one's quite looked our way yet. Although, as we say this, it could change.
Baron will just ask, why do they only have non-humans here and humans here?
Other way around.
No, the bandits are non-humans, right?
The bandits are non-humans.
Those are the bandits.
These are the bandits.
I assume they were the Red Plumes because they're inbred.
I only have limited tokens. These are the tokens of guards.
So, the black-clothed guys are guards. The red-clothed guys are
bandits.
The bandits are non-humans. The
guards are all human.
Hmm.
And at this point, we're going to speed you up in decision-making by asking you to roll initiative, please.
Why would you do this, John?
Because I'm a bastard.
A bar steward?
You are a bar steward.
Didn't know you worked in a bar.
I have done in the past.
Nor a steward of one.
Balls.
An Ishwartav.
Ginormous pair of balls.
Balls. Right, what have I fucking got?
God, how many...
What are we looking on?
Bear with me while I roll a million initiatives. Talk amongst yourselves.
I don't. What side are we on?
I mean, technically, if these are guards, I mean, technically they're the law, but at the same time, are these non-humans? There must be a reason for attacking them. I mean, are they just trying to rob the caravan, or is there a deeper thing here?
Okay, John, I'm just going to ask this. Do we know, as characters, that the humans are being big racists?
You know that the town of Hillsfar has evicted and banned non-human peeps.
See, that's not going to help me choosing there.
You know that they are they appear to be being fairly racist towards people who aren't human. Yes.
The bandits would have attacked us if we'd have gone through first.
We don't know that.
Quite likely.
We don't know that. Maybe they're just attacking them because they're humans.
It could be. We don't know.
They could be the people who have been evicted from the city who are attacking the humans back.
I feel possibly we try to go in as much as possible. Like this plan, I feel we may have to try and go in as non-lethally as possible.
No, I can be non-lethal. I can try.
Okay, its first go is this bandit who is gonna move.
Wait. Oh yeah, that one dude.
One guy.
One dude.
This dude.
Jerry.
Jerry now.
What are you gonna do, dude?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh. He rolls. He swings his scimitar and he slashes into the armor of the Red Guard, Red Plume, Red Dudes. Calderax.
Fire.
Me!
Yep.
Yes, you're the one to choose for all of us, apparently.
Make up your mind. What's gonna happen?
Is there a timer for this?
When I get bored of waiting.
I just imagine just John going like, okay, I'm bored. Boom.
Technically, with the combat tracker that I use, the combat tracker API I use in the Tomb of Annihilation and Storm King's Thunder, you can turn on a time tracker to time people's rounds and say, like, yep, you've taken too long. It's the next person's go now.
Right, I am going to attempt to... Well, the problem is I can't do this to multiple people. Fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking... I don't know! I'm going to hold my action. Well, is it possible for me to go to yell out, "Hey, stop, you guys!"
Yes, that is a possibility.
And then hold my action.
Okay.
Hold person at anyone who looks to be attempting to try and attack me.
Okay. Yes.
Or any of our approaching group.
So what is it you say exactly again?
Pretty much.
Just stop that?
Just kind of hold what's going on here, or something like that.
Okay. Neferin.
Decisions. Yes, exactly that.
My Loxodon Bard might say that, but not Scout. I so want to play.
Neff is going to wander up behind and draw a bow and wait for someone to make an attempt to attack us.
Okay.
She's unsure as to which way this is going and which side to be on.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing, is kind of like...
Red Plume is gonna 5, 10, 15...
She's seriously toying with the idea of just walking around the outside and pretending she doesn't exist.
I mean, we literally could if we wanted.
Oh, that's a critical hit.
We could just wait out the fight and see what happens at the end.
Sit right here until like one of them's knocked out the other half and take off the last couple.
So this Red Plume marches forward, just stabs out with the sword, and the guy drops to the ground.
Is he dead?
He is dead.
Wow.
Then why is he still here? You other disappeared.
I put a cross through him so that we can see where he was.
We might need to steal his shit later.
This guy is gonna... This this guy is gonna pull out a crossbow.
What a babe.
And he fires his crossbow once, and he misses his target, which the crossbow bolt embeds in the tree behind where this guy is hanging from a rope.
Whereabouts is that on the...
So this is the one that I described as hanging from a rope by his neck.
Okay.
He's been... That guy shot a crossbow bolt at the rope.
Here. Okay, try to get him off, okay.
Missed.
Should have done that.
Missed.
Could have heroed that.
If he missed that, he would have crossbow bolt his friend. That would have been amazing.
He didn't miss that badly.
I so wanted him to do that.
He hit the tree, not the rope. Barham.
I'm sorry, guys.
Someone's got to make a decision.
Charge! I'm just gonna stand in the middle of this
Just so-
Hello!
and literally wait for them to attack me. Because if they do, they will either hurt me just a bit, and fail, and that will trigger people's attention of attacking, and then the decision will be made.
Okay. An
I'm
interesting
literally
option.
The bait.
There is some logic to that. I will give you that.
With that,
And I rage as well, just to take half damage in
actually
case.
no, this guy
this guy.
is
That guy.
going to attack this guy that attacked him.
That makes sense.
So that's
It's the gang of Snapes.
this Red Plume attacks this bandit that launched an attack against him and just slashes him twice with his longsword. It doesn't cause him to fall over, but he is grievously wounded.
It's a flesh wound.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Squeak will move up and draw her short bow.
It's the sound of a siren. Whoop, whoop. Just like the sound of the voice of a New York cop over a tannoy. Disperse! Disperse!
She looks at Neferin.
Neferin is technically leader and has her shit together.
Let's do this.
Yeah, but let's do what?
Yeah, do what, Squeak? Bandits or guards? Who are you wanting to hurt?
Even then, technically, the Plumes are technically mercenaries, aren't they?
They
Guards.
they are they are a military force.
Mm.
They serve the First Lord Torin Normathal.
Torin for Thesathergia?
Different Torin.
He runs the Red Plum.
That would be a change of story.
Oh, we
I
use the
knew.
Torin.
Yeah, so Squeak, who?
I'm trying to see if she has a word for it. She
Well,
doesn't.
I've said to her bandits or guards, so she will have both of those words at least.
But does she have the words for fucked if I know?
She have the word for both.
She makes a coughing sound and points at her throat and then the guy hanging from the tree.
Oh, get that guy down. Yeah, it's probably a good shout.
She will fire her short bow. The arrow shoots
Jesus
through.
Christ, she needs some arrows.
Yeah.
Just say that we bought some arrows, because at this point it's just a me.
She
What?
fires.
Oh, short bow. How many have I got?
How much health does that thing have?
How much health does a rope have?
Yep. She fires, the arrow whizzes through the air, slams through the rope holding the guy aloft, and it slices through it, and he falls to the ground and starts pulling the rope away from his neck and spluttering, and Squeak just says, "Nailed it."
That you did, Squeak. That you did.
If he turns out to be a bad guy and I just have to behead him as soon as he's on the ground, that's gonna be fun.
Golf clap.
Can we see whether the guy is aware of where the arrow came from, or whether anyone else has noticed that he's been dropped?
This guy has noticed and is turning around to see where the arrow came from.
Okay.
The guy that shot to try and save him.
Yeah.
As is this guy who appears... these four have on a slightly different set of armor. These two appear to be better equipped, slightly better equipped. You'd suggest that they are leaders of the group, captains.
Higher rank.
And it's this guy's go, and he turns to see Calderax and Barham.
So,
I mean, Baron probably snuck past him.
And Barham did charge in.
I'm literally having my sword out, just looking around like, who do I hit?
5, 10.
Someone try me. Someone's gonna get hurt.
That is a 24 and a 19 to hit.
I think that both would hit.
You said you were raging, so that is 6 points of damage. So it's 13 half to 6.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your cue, guys.
Yeah,
So he's attacked you regardless, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, he hasn't inquired who the hell you are. He's just assuming that you are.
So as soon as Barham received the 2 slashes, he turns around and is like, "You dead!"
Oh, you dead, bitch.
Calderax, does that...
Is he? He is indeed close enough, so I'm going to try and hold person on him.
Okay, that's a wisdom save.
I believe so. Hold on. I didn't specify a thing, so it's just going to be a regular second level.
So yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Which I believe my thing is 16 DC.
So his 5 does not make it,
No.
and he is paralyzed.
You're
Oh
so
wait,
fucking dead.
also, this
What?
So what?
this combat music should be starting.
Ooh, 2. That was also an attack which will trigger Neff.
Yes. I can't remember what paralyzed is, so it's going to be this.
How to provoke decisions is to put yourself in the middle of it and wait to see it.
I mean, someone had to. Quick brain read.
May I suggest if you attack the one that is attacking Barham, you have advantage on him.
Oh, I was thinking all creatures within 10 foot take force damage, personally. If I go
Wouldn't
for...
that hit him, though?
If I go for this dude...
Then that would hit all of them. That is a good idea.
Would it hit me? No.
Nope.
Nope, not this dude. You are out of the bubble.
But Barham, basically the guy that runs forward, slashes at you twice with his long sword, and then there's just a look of panic as you can see that he is trying to move, and suddenly his muscles freeze up. And he's like,
I understand it is Calderax and not me.
oh, fuck.
That's lucky.
Why don't you just stay there, darling?
Well, that will hit.
I feel like I might have that one.
That will indeed hit. So that is 9 damage to this guy. And 5 damage to everybody within a range.
And I get another shot.
You do.
So...
Just a normal arrow.
Yes, I'm just debating. I think I'm going to go for this one.
The one that's in front of Barham. Oh no, that one. Cool.
No, the one.
This one, just because I'm aware that he's just killed that guy and could turn around and hit Barham.
Okay.
So tactically it would make sense to have a crack at him.
That is very true.
That will hit. That is 5 points of damage as the arrow sinks into him.
Into his butt.
Right in the butt.
He just had his turn, this guy.
He just had his turn, so I don't know why it wasn't on his turn, but cool.
It just didn't click. You didn't pass since quick.
5, 10, 15, 20. This guy runs up with a scimitar, swings, and strikes across the armor of the guy. It doesn't deal any damage. 5, 10. This guy is now at advantage. Manages to sink his scimitar into the guy behind Barham. Malzeray, what do you want to do? I don't know.
I don't bloody know.
I don't know.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
All
30.
the bandits gone, like, are all of them at the bottom of the right initiative.
Yeah, a load of the bandits have really shit
Just a
initiative.
sea of bandits afterwards.
And there's this one dude that just did so great. Like, better than anyone else.
Oh, come on, yeah, we're going to do that.
Are we, though?
Crown of Madness.
So,
I think the spell slot should have been reset.
yes, it should have been. It isn't,
I mean,
but it...
we should all have taken a long rest.
Yeah,
Reset.
I reset all my spell slots and shit.
I forgot to reset the spell slots.
Are we assuming that we might have passed some sort of small trader that could sell us arrows for Squeak?
Just one guy walking along. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to have arrows, would you? Why, yes, I'm an arrow trader!
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Rolled a 19 for his wisdom save.
Well, that's more than the DC could
That-
possibly be.
That is more than Malzeray's DC is at the moment, so a crown of... A barbed crown starts to form around his head, and he just shakes it off. And I'm gonna
And
sneeze.
sneezes.
He just shakes it off, and the crown just shatters away.
Sad times.
Sad times.
Well, screw him in particular.
This guy charges forward and swings. It's now Bandit's turn, because all the bandits roll at this end of the initiative. He does not hit.
Bandits for days.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
There's just gonna be a crowd of people in about 5 seconds.
That
There's a
guy's
big crowd of people and Barham in the middle.
Yep.
I love
5,
this.
10, 15. I'm going to actually delete that bandit that I didn't delete before now. Because he's inconveniently...
Are they still on his body?
Basically.
What inconsiderate jerks.
I mean, it's a battle. At this point, you just need the space.
And then finally this guy is going to come down here and attack the paralyzed guy.
Which means,
No, it's mine! Get off!
which means he has advantage, and any attack that hits is a critical hit.
Awesome.
Did that... Oh, so that doesn't count for the additional damage that I did to him, because it wasn't a hit
No.
on him.
It's a hit.
Me-
basically, a melee attack. basically.
Melee attack.
5 feet.
Yeah, okay.
So he... Did he hit? Did he hit? Did he hit? Did not hit.
How did he not hit? What a useless wanker!
I'm just gonna say that, like, Barham would have pushed him away. It's mine!
Useless wanker. This guy moves up here. Attacks twice with a longsword. Misses twice with a longsword.
Okay, second useless wanker.
This guy just stands up from the ground, pulls the lasso off his neck, and throws it to the ground.
Is he still actually in a state to fight this one? Because he's choked almost to death.
He's not looking good. He is stood up. He's standing.
Okay.
He's coughing fairly heavily.
He's woozy as fuck.
He's woozy as F. This bandit who did roll a good initiative swings his scimitar, doesn't roll so well to hit. Doesn't hit and just scrapes the sword along the armor of the Red Plume. Calderax.
Hello.
Hello.
Right. So
What do?
What does do? I'm gonna move a little bit forward. 5, 10, 15. And then right. So I could spellerize this guy because I could get advantage on him. Can't get a critical hit on him, but I can get a critical hit technically if I roll a critical hit.
Yeah, it's a possibility that you will get a critical hit. You won't get an automatic.
So this guy is leader dude.
That guy and this guy.
Yeah. So if I'm going to attempt to go for the leader dude.
Okay.
I'm going to try a guiding bolt.
Will hit.
And I'm going to do that at second level, because fuck it. That much!
You just fire a guiding bolt and it carries him off his
What I
feet.
hit with guiding bolt.
You either miss or kill them.
I either miss completely or I kill them so the fucking advantage never kicks in.
You literally just enough health. Exactly right health to kill.
Well then.
Well,
Okay.
knock unconscious depending on whether you want to kill him or render him unconscious.
And I don't think there's anything I can really do as a bonus action that would be helpful here, so I think I will leave it at that.
Neferin.
Hi.
Hello.
This guy I can get a decent shot on.
Which guy, sorry? That guy? Yes.
Paralyzed dude.
Yes.
Please.
You get advantage to shooting him.
I don't know. I don't know whether Barham's going to be pissed at me.
Yes, he will, but
To be perfectly frank, Barham will kill him next turn. So-
he
That's
will
fine.
be pissed if you kill him.
I'm going to go for this one first.
Okay.
Just a standard.
Just an arrow.
Just a standard.
That is a miss.
Then
Fine.
It
I'll have another go. No.
It's even worse.
They both slam into fine. What type of armor are they wearing? They both get caught up in the changed shirt. One of them slams into his shield.
I don't know why I was worried about what I was going to do then.
And it's now his turn.
Enjoy that, you big jerk.
And he will swing
douche.
and miss.
Yeah, I was about to say, if he's going to swing at me, ignoring the 3 guys in front of him is very dumb.
No, he was swinging at the 3 guys in front of him, and he missed them. Oh no, wait, did he? Did he? Did he? He did. Yes.
I mean, logic would dictate he'd hit at least one, but he defied logic.
He defied the logic
That man
And-
don't need no logic.
and missed entirely. He just kind of swang wildly with the longsword and just, like, put it where people were not.
I think he went to swing, but then Nefrin's arrows knocked him off
Yeah.
center a bit.
Barham.
I'm going to reckless attack.
You don't need to. You're already at
but
advantage.
I know for this one I'm at advantage, but I don't mean to attack only this one. I hope to kill him very quickly.
Okay. That will hit.
So times 2.
So that is 12. He is still just hanging on to life.
Well, I will use my second attack immediately on him.
That will also hit. That does kill him.
I just imagine Baum just taking his morning star, just bashing the morning star into his skull. and then I move here.
Okay.
And I will hug the guy who just came back to life.
Okay, you're recklessly hugging the guy.
Yep.
That will hit. So that is 7.
I'm intrigued as to what a reckless hug looks like.
It's just diving headfirst at the guy, arms outstretched.
It's a glomp,
It's
basically.
yeah, it's rugby hug.
That makes sense.
This guy will swing out with his longsword twice. Let's see if he can touch anybody with it. One person he does with critically hit.
Critically so.
He does a lot of damage with that, and then he swings a second time and does hit again, causing this guy to fall over dead.
Oh, but I liked that guy.
Squeak will turn to you, Nephrin, and say, "Guards?"
Yeah, guards it is. Barham's on it.
Ones who fucked up first.
They made bad life choices. Bad life choices, you need to come and meet them.
Squeak will fire at this one. And that is a sneak attack.
Sneaky.
And that is a hit.
There's going to be a 1 in there. Ah!
Damn it, Squeak! So that's 19 points of damage, and this guy falls over.
This guy just received all the arrows during the whole fight, actually.
All of them.
Which guys are the guys that looked like the leaders?
Uh,
They're
I've
both
lost track of which ones
they've
they were.
both died.
They've both gone. Okay.
The first one was the one that Calderax guiding bolted to death. The second one was the one that Barham
Caved his face in.
caved his face in with a morning star.
Nice.
Now it is time for some of my bandits. Who are you, bandit? This bandit. This bandit swings once with his scimitar, hits.
This is Roy. Roy the band.
Roy the bandit deals some damage to this guy. This bandit is going to come and join you over here. Doesn't hit.
And regrets life choices.
Malzaray. Oh yeah. Malzaray.
Mal Zeray.
Well, Zeray.
Zeray Mal.
5, 10, 15, 20,
I'm trying
25,
to say
30.
it.
Let's do that.
Resimal, yeah.
God damn it.
I don't know what's going on with the first roll at each time, but damn.
Sorry, I need to... What saving throw is that? Dissonant Whispers is a... Wisdom saving throw. Not you, I don't have any of you left. He fails his wisdom saving throw.
Sucks to be him.
So takes 12 points of damage and starts to cover his ears and run off 5, 10, 15, 20, getting 2 attacks of opportunity from the bandits.
Uh-oh.
Neither of which hit is
God.
the word. They just scrape across the armor.
Just hear Mal in the background. Oh, God's sake, guys.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Miss. 5, 10, 15, 20. He comes again for another hit, rolls a natural 1, fumbles his sword.
It's having a real bad day, that one.
He's not doing well.
Those bandits really suck.
That guy scores a critical hit.
Finally! I had to actually shame them for them to do something.
Call them out on it.
And then this guy will 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh,
And with advantage, he does hit. Yay! Deals 4
Thank
points
God,
of
he was at
damage.
advantage after all.
And this guy will swing out at both of them. And hit both of them. This guy falls down, and this guy takes a lot of damage.
A lot of damage.
And this guy will swing once at Barham for a 5 to hit. Wow, that rolled well.
Did you
How
roll
did-
at advantage? I'm still a class attack.
Oh, right, yeah. 10.
Yeah, no, still not good.
And then the other attack is another 5, so he's just wildly swaying his sword around in an attempt to maybe hit something, but it just doesn't.
Really, he might as well just be swinging his sword around trying to hit bees.
Yeah. He probably doesn't even do that.
He's covered in bees.
Calderax.
Hello.
Yo. It's your move.
So, the guy down with Barham appears to be heavily fucked.
Dead.
So, that guy is not a problem. There's a one-on-one. It's got to be one of the ones that are against just the bandits, because the bandits won't survive. So,
The bandits look up at you and what?
Hey!
Hey!
Get slapped
Aw.
by one of the guards.
you've gone from massively outnumbering them to being almost on par with them. You're fucking worthless.
Well, they were
The
not
band-
massively outnumbering them. They were two.
The bandits, as one collective group, just go, "Oh."
Baru will say, "Yeah, you really sucked on this
Don't
fight."
try to make me feel bad, bandits. You've been. I'm sorry. Your performance has been subpar. I'm going to say it.
Someone
Oh.
has to say it after all.
I mean, I could just pander to you, saying what you've done wonderfully and you did really well, but you haven't. That's not going to serve anyone, is it?
Yeah, you tell him.
So, I am going to. Aspen, can I get up to this guy? I can get up to that guy. I can get to there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can. So I am going to go on to advantage here, and I am going
To shank him.
to inflict wounds.
That will hit.
And I'm just going to fucking annihilate him.
He just turns around when he feels your hand on his shoulder and just.
Just, no, bad guy.
Suddenly, ashes.
I want to know what the bandits' response to that is, given he was just fighting this dude that's now disintegrated.
The bandit just kind of drops his scimitar.
And pray for a
Tink,
quick
tink,
and
tink.
painless death.
He just pinged himself a little bit.
Neferin.
And I think that's all I can really do, so yeah, next.
Okie dokie. I am taking offence to this guy.
I don't like your face.
He's an ass.
That is a hit. So this guy.
Yeah.
Ah, no, go away, that guy. Go away.
How?
He did.
You shoot, the arrow goes straight through his neck. He falls.
In which case, I'm going to have to get my other shot to this one, because...
Do we want a prisoner or not? Because I could make him prisoner.
You could kick him in the balls again until he dies!
I was more meaning information, but yeah, I could do that as well.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25...
He goes wide-eyed, just... Wait, what?
5, 10, 15, 20,
Actually, that could be something to do to kill him.
We'll shuffle forward, and she will hold the action and just shout, "Barham, are you keeping this one?" If Barham says no, she will fire.
So, Barham.
Since Nephrin asked him, he will turn. Then he will turn to Nephrin, be like, him, and I will attempt to punch him so hard that this guy falls over.
Okay.
But not die. So I imagine that's a strength.
Yeah, that's just a regular unarmed attack. So yeah, strength.
Advantage because I'm raging.
Yes, actually. That's a hit. You connect with your fist, and it does 4 points of damage. He's still standing. He is quite shaken. That one you just collide with his armor.
Does that mean I get a shot in, or is it after Barham's finished hitting?
I'm trying to get him down, not to kill him.
Well, you can fire. You can do any attack. It's just
Yeah.
non-lethal.
You can shoot him non-lethally.
Where would that kick in versus?
Shoot him in the shoulder on the.
Where does it kick in versus Barham punching him?
I'm trying to kick him in the face.
Well, now he's run out of punching.
Yes, I can only hug him.
So you can shoot now.
So I can get a shot in. So I am going to. Yeah, I reckon I can get a leg shot in there. So I'm not going for lethal. I just want him on the ground, basically. So that's just longbow.
That will hit.
Twang! Twangy poo!
You fire, and it just skims past Barham's legs, and just goes straight through the guy's knee, and he screams out in pain and collapses over onto the side, and he's just lying on the floor, clutching his leg, just screaming in agony as there is an arrow protruding from the middle of his leg.
Now, if he's a guard and takes an arrow to the knee...
Yep.
He used to be an adventurer like you, and then he took...
He used to be a guard.
He used to be a guard, now I have to become an adventurer now.
I don't think it's a cycle. I think you can only go down.
Or do you become something lower than a guard? Like, I used to be a guard before I took an arrow to the knee, now I'm a fry cook.
Yeah. I mean, you can't keep guarding with an arrow to the knee, right?
No, I just sit on an outpost and wait to light fires.
You can become a clerk of sorts, I imagine.
I mean, yeah, you could be a pencil pusher.
He's an admin.
So as soon as the guy's down, I just raise my morning star to, like, if you try to get up, you get the morning star in the face, and also to the other bandits, like, if you even try to get him, you get the morning star in the face.
He looks up at you, and then looks down at his leg, and then he looks up at the morning star, and then down at his leg, and just
Not
like...
you, then down to the morning star.
And then you look at his hand, and what he's holding is diamonds. He agrees that he will not get up because mostly he feels that he probably can't for a while.
Yeah, he ain't walking for a long time. They might just have to take the leg off, to be perfectly honest.
Don't worry, he'll die before.
As the last soldier falls, you see other bandits emerge from hiding along the forest line.
Yeah, they were so fucked then.
They work hurriedly to pull the soldiers from the road and gather the horses and strip them of their equipment and valuables. One of them, a dwarf, bends down over one of the soldiers and cuts the purse from his belt and tosses it to you, Barham. Here's a little something for your trouble and discretion. I admit it looks bad, but I can only offer what there is good reason. We could use folk like you. There's a Red Plume caravan on the move, and we aim to stop it. You in?
Dot. God.
Dot.
At this point, I
Let me
assume
think.
everyone will have combined together, rather
Yes.
than Squeak being way back over there, close enough to discuss.
I'm gonna drag that asshole here to the rest of the party.
Did Squeak do the weird Peter Griffin kind of?
I so hope so.
And
You've been talking to Squeak.
I want to help them. I want to butcher them.
I mean,
Wait.
there must be. All we got is his assurance is a good reason. What is this good reason?
They attacked me.
No, as in, why are these people attacking the Red Plumes other than them being racist assholes?
I mean, we're not in any favour with the Red Plumes anyway. Do we really have anything to lose?
There's no time.
I'm not arguing about not doing it. I'm just wondering what their reason is.
I do agree that we should press on the reasons. I'm intrigued.
There's no time to explain now. The caravan will pass any second. We'll pay you if you come along.
I want to insight check the dwarfy man. I don't mean Barham.
Hey, that's racist.
Yeah, can I
Are
insight as well?
you not also a dwarfy man?
Yeah, but I'm not the only dwarfy man.
Yeah, that's why I specified not Barham. I'm inciting the other dwarfy man. I don't know why I did that with advantage. I'm gonna re-roll that normal. Yeah.
It's the dwarf, we can trust him.
17.
I know all.
He seems trustworthy. It does seem that you know that there is a caravan coming through this area. If what he is saying is true, then it is coming through soon.
In which case, Neff will say, as long as the aid and things get to the right people, I'm happy to help. I'm not a fan of the Red Plumes.
Let's do this.
Barham would just inquire. No killing civilians, right?
No killing civilians.
Good, then let's do this.
Squeak will
And
say,
then-
let's do this.
And then turns to my prisoner. Oh, you're such a treat later.
Neff will, bearing in mind she's got fabric scraps around, she will just tie it around his mouth so he can't shout out.
And then we're gonna hog tie you with an arrow in your knee. So.
I know it hurts. I know it hurts. If you want, I can actually chop it off for you, and I just pull out my hand axe. So you'll be a nice little fellow and just shut up. Okay, good.
Good. Yeah, we will shuffle into the trees.
Come on, my guy.
Drag him into the tree. Drag all the bodies into the trees. All the trees are in drag. No, drag it.
So the dwarf explains that his name is Carl.
Take off.
He used to be
Carl.
he used to be a farmer.
He used to be a llama with hats.
You've lost me. Continue.
He used to be a farmer in this area, and that farming used to be good business. But recently, the merchant representatives of Hillsfar have not been paying what they used to for the crop yields. Human farmers seem to get better treatment. Sadly, however, the representatives are the only option because they can't go into the town to sell the crops. he explains that they learnt of an important cargo shipment 2 days ago. They don't know what it is that's being moved, but they have received word that it is a heavily armoured wagon, and therefore it is not a... It's not just grain, it is something important. So you can divide amongst yourselves, however you see fit, the following equipment that they loot from the Red Plumes.
Mm-hmm.
You each can have a riding horse.
Hey, who got a horsey? Can I actually ride a horse?
Where should I write down the fact that I now have a horse?
It goes in inventory,
I have a horse in my bag.
sort of.
In equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much does a
Okay.
riding horse weigh?
Well, you're not carrying it.
Yeah, you're not carrying it, so... Luckily you're not
Yeah.
carrying it, because it's a horse.
I mean, can actually dwarves ride riding horse or ponies? I know ponies they could, but horses?
Realistically, they probably can. They
Yeah.
have a bit of a harder time getting on it, but they can ride it.
Okay.
You also find a potion of healing and a potion of heroism.
I thought you were going to say heroin.
Yeah, me too. Potion of heroin. Pray counteract you, a mighty, magical, knowledgeable person. What does a heroic potion do?
Potion of heroism.
I guess Squeak or Mal would take the health potion, perhaps. Unless Lauren needs
that's
it.
mine.
A potion of heroism. For 1 hour after drinking it, you gain 10 temporary hit points. And for that duration, you are under the effect of the Bless spell.
Ah, so it's good for tanking.
So it's good for tanking.
I don't have a health potion anymore, but I'm okay with giving it away to someone else who more needs it.
I've got one, so I'm fine.
Squeak has 2.
What's Mal got? If
I've got.
Mal's not got one, Mal should probably have it. If Mal has, maybe Byron has it?
Mal has a potion of vitality, but not a health potion.
Well, you get one. I'm okay with giving it to Mel.
Oi, Cal!
Mm.
That's all I got, really. That's pretty much as far as the accent goes.
Well then, I think that is rather silly.
Oh.
Just saying.
Just put it out there.
Also, John,
Yes.
how much gold was in the pouch that was thrown at me by the dwarfy dwarf?
That is 50 gold pieces.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 10 each.
10 each.
So I share my loot.
Holy fuck balls. Okay, 10. That makes it 40.
You're at 40 gold.
646.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck did you do with your gold?
Pause!
But you don't actually pay them.
No, true. He does not frequent Ladies of the Night.
He doesn't need to.
No need to.
He
I mean,
turns up looking for
you
his
frequent ladies of the night who are willingly coming to your bed.
Look this fabulous. You don't need to.
That's what they all say.
Is there need to, say, roll stealth or anything for hiding in the trees?
There is not at the moment.
Okay.
I'm
Because
just...
Neff will be as hidden as she can manage. Probably isn't all that likely to leave the trees because she's got a decent shot usually.
Also, I just want to say Carl has become my second favorite character in this show.
Yeah.
Just because his name Carl.
Carl.
I want a spin-off of this show with Barroom and Carl living together, and Barroom being like, Carl.
So I walked up to him, and I stabbed him 47 times in the chest. Oh, that kills people! Oh,
I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I
Would
was
you
in the
believe
wrong.
me
Yeah.
if I said it was boat nectar? Gumdrops?
Tell me what we're standing into. That's the old people from
Putting
these.
children off the boat, Carl!
I've just got an image of a dwarf doing that now.
Oh my god, they really should have named that character Carl. If it's in the actual game. I don't know.
So how are we doing, John?
John is regretting his life choices, that's what he's doing.
I'm reading the next bit of the adventure because this is a weird adventure where it can go multiple ways depending on how things went.
Oh, okay, shall we keep rambling about Carl then?
I want my new buddy here, Larry, to tell me.
What are you guys
no.
naming your horses?
Oh yeah, I need to.
Am I able to find a white horse?
Roll me a d20.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll this one.
Slash roll 1d20.
But I
Two.
don't care first.
No.
Damn it!
14.
What type of horse are you looking for?
Ideally a dark mottled horse. Like black and brown mottled.
You can find a light brown mottled horse with some black around the hooves.
Okay. I'm cool
I
with that.
find everything.
Baron
What?
has a rainbow horse!
What kind of horse are you looking for,
I
Baron?
want a unicorn.
You don't find a unicorn.
Do you
I
want
got
a
a natural
appropriate horse?
I just want a chestnut.
Horse with a stepladder?
Yes, why not?
It's got this strange deformity on its ribs that look like steps.
You managed to find a chestnut horse.
Yay!
We'll deal with what horse Amy finds next time.
And
Wish I'd found my white horse. I had a perfect name as well.
I mean, with a natural 20, can I find him a white horse?
Okay, yeah. With a natural 20, you find a white horse that was just slightly off to one side.
Hey, Cal, I found this lame one-eyed white horse. Amazing.
There you are! Artax!
Nice.
That's right. The same name that Bentwick gave his horse. As long as I don't lead him into any like swamps of sadness, he's fine.
Yeah. How could that possibly happen to multiple horses called Artax?
I know. It seems unlikely.
Could just be a curse of the name.
I'm gonna say that.
We're just gonna stand across the road. Fuck you.
Okay, no. I know who's gonna name it.
I've gone for Bailey, the horse.
It's gonna be a mare, not a horse. And she's gonna name it Maya.
Cool.
You hear it before you see it.
Oh.
The thunderous hoofbeats of horses and the rattle of wagons
Dive!
fills the air as the road that is before you. Suddenly a trio of armoured wagons speed past. That was the sound of them speeding past.
Whoosh!
Whoosh. What do you do?
I await the order to attack from Carl. I assume that it's gonna give the order.
Carl keys his horse and charges after them.
Well, that's the order.
Follows call! Call!
Neff will, follow suit.
You break the line of the trees, and in response to your appearance, a shrill whistle sounds. I can't actually whistle, so... Riders behind! A Red Plume shouts as he sees you. Horses, spears, and bows! The chase is on.
Question.
Yes.
Random thought that's fizzling away. With animal handling, could I get in front and slow the horses down if I got high enough? As in the ones pulling the caravan.
You might be able to.
Okay. It's in the thought process, but we'll see how it goes.
So this is going to be an interesting battle map because it's moving.
That's gonna be amazing for you guys.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
God almighty.
Okay, I have a plan that Neff is going to attempt to shoot whoever is driving the caravan.
Is it
And
a
then
plan so cunning you can brush your teeth with it?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is that Neff will try and shoot the person driving the caravan and then get in front to slow the horses.
So there are 3 wagons on the road.
Fucking Sunday drivers!
Can we do a quick perception to see if one seems any more heavily armoured or any more well protected than the others? Is that a thing?
Are they all equally tough?
Because usually there's one that is favoured. Let's face it.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Oh hey,
Are they on the?
They are on the wagon.
Okay,
which way is the road going?
that way.
I'm
Because
assuming.
we're chasing them, so yeah, that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I assume I didn't go that far away from people.
What do I have for... You'll do. Will you do? You'll do for now. Do I have somebody else?
Ooh, that's another thought. Nah, probably not worth it.
That's not a guard.
Hello.
That's a poodle!
That is not a poodle.
I wish it was.
Isn't it?
I don't know, it looks like a poodle to me.
You have strange poodles then.
That is a guy wearing robes.
Oh, is that another? Is
What would you say?
that the sorcerer we killed this zombie?
Kill
Is it dead?
them all.
That is a guy wearing robes, and on his shoulder is a raven.
Kill the raven! Kill the raven!
Ooh, that's a thought. I'm having all sorts of thoughts.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be real interesting.
All kinds of interest.
All kinds of interesting. It's got all sorts of rules for how to, like, things you can do, like leaping from your horse to the wagon and
Oh yes.
stuff like that. So for a start, I guess the first thing I should really do is...
Yeah, nag!
Hey horses.
All the GGs.
To the back. You all have a horse.
Well, you should look at my horse. Because my horse is amazing.
I got a horsey, and I'm down. I'm under my horsey.
If it a lick, it would taste just like raisins.
Where's Malzere?
Don't
If I
know.
had managed to get a dark brown mottled horse, it would have looked like a raisin. Is Mal under a horse?
No, Mal was just slightly off my screen.
Oh.
Calderax, can you place yourself on a horse?
No. No.
Thank you. And then at this point, I'm going to ask you to roll initiatives again.
There we go. Now I am
9!
on the horse. Initiative.
I can do even worse than you, Calder.
Oh, yeah!
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
It was quite bad.
Yes.
I'm just imagining Barung did so bad at initiative because he's basically being Gimli on a horse.
he's trying to get on the horse still. Taking some time to adjust the foot things. What are they called? Stirrups.
Stirrups.
That's the word.
What are they called, stirrups?
As soon as I said what they called, my brain went, "Oh yeah, that." Well,
Okay.
it's been a very productive D&D session. I've made a coaster.
Excellent. Malzere managed to roll a 9 more than the person behind him in the initiative.
Wow.
Yeah, we all rolled garbage and then there was Malzere.
So what is the speed of a riding horse again? It's 40 feet? 50 feet?
60.
60 feet? It's lots of feet.
At least according to the player's handbook.
That's not moving.
Stop moving.
5,
Good
10,
question.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
I mean, if we had an elephant, we could move 40 feet.
That's nice.
One day
Surely,
I shall have my elephant, John.
surely though, if we are moving, they
Yes.
would already be going at, say,
Yeah, let's say that there's 30 feet of movement just to keep up. So you've got 30 feet to move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I don't know, might be a pain in the ass, but it just seems like it might be more realistic.
Malzere reaches forward and once again attempts to form the crown of madness.
Oh, what was my did I do insight into which one was the most looked after? Is it this one looks most armoured?
Let me have a quick look.
Are they numbered 1, 2, 3? Which one's number 1?
If we go with this one as number 1, 2, and 3 at the back. 1 at the front. Because I got an 18 on initiative. Oh, not on
Logically,
initiative, I got on
The one in the
22
middle
on
is the
insight.
most important because then it's being protected by the other 2.
Is
But,
there?
but at the
yeah.
same time, it's only being protected by one guy. Which,
That's what makes me unconvinced. Because I got 22 insight.
insult.
Which one are you in?
I'm insightful.
As fuck.
Hello.
Hello. You can hear over the sound of hoofbeats and other hoofbeats and the wagons screeching and the wheels turning. There are,
Yeah.
as well as the 2 guards sat at the front of this wagon,
Yeah, the back one.
the back one, there are cries coming from within it. There are other people there.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Malzare reaches a
Neff.
hand forward.
Neff will have shouted, I can hear voices from the back one, there's someone else inside. Could I tell whether it was scared voices?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Probably people held captive. So be careful how you go.
A crown of metal and spikes forms around this guy's head. And his eyes just glaze over.
Cool.
And then he draws his sword and stabs it into the guy sat next to him. And slices into the armor of the guy sat next to him, and the guy just turns around and goes, "What the fuck?"
The fuck?
The guy on the lead wagon turns around and fires a crossbow bolt at Barham. And rolls a 10, so a crossbow bolt just flies and hits into Barham's armor. And just and then this guy that just got stabbed by his friend
Am I on?
pulls out his own sword and stabs back at his friend and just slices.
I'm not on the initiative. By
That's inconvenient. What did you roll?
18.
Ah, you should have already gone. What would you like to do?
I will be heading probably. Think the intention is to try and get. So you said 30 feet.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20. Let's go 25. 30. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And
I love that the way that the horse token is set up, it looks like they're all running backwards.
yeah, but we are riding them.
Yeah.
And she will. So Mal's just maddened that one.
Yeah, and you can see a glowing metal crown formed around his head.
Ooh. Hang on. So they would have gone past, yes. So Neff would be aware of everyone that's on each of the caravans.
Yes.
So I can Seeking Arrow the dude at the front.
Yes.
Yes. I am going for the guy in the robe.
Okay.
He looks different. I don't like him.
Being different is wrong!
That is... He fails his intelligence save. And so takes...
His dexterity save.
Dexterity save. He rolled even worse.
Yay!
So he takes 13 points of damage. And you know that he is here.
Cool.
As you fire an arrow out in front, and then it turns around and flies back into him.
Yes, I'm well aware, Sammy. And I will just take a shot at this guy, because I can.
You can.
With my longbow.
That will hit.
Oh, hello.
That's a few times, apparently.
Yeah.
You've got the same...
Uh,
to the point where I had to quickly just make sure that piercing damage was rolling right.
no, stop selecting people who aren't Squeak and Squeak's horse. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Squeak will charge up on the horse and will fire a short bow at the guy on the back that is not wearing a crown of madness. And hits. Calderax.
Hello!
Hello.
I'm assuming if there are people inside, they're kind of higher backed
Yes.
caravan things. Okay.
Right, well, how far away is everything? So they're 40 odd feet. I'm going to have to try and move a little forward. Try and, like, out
Yes, Sammy.
here.
Oh right,
Move my GG!
I need to remember to put the horse under you again, like you.
So, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? That is a question I must ask myself. Third level, I have nothing. So, it's going to have to be... I think I'm going to try and guiding bolt one of these motherfuckers.
Who are we guiding bolting to death
So
today?
this one's
Uh,
pretty badly damaged.
that one's got an arrow in him. This one has a crown of madness. That one's
been touched.
That one's
That
got another
guy-
arrow in him.
That guy's been hit a few times, but yeah, and that guy hasn't been touched either. So I think I'm going to try and guiding bolt the middle motherfucker.
Okay. Roll your guiding bolt.
24.
That will hit.
And I'm going to do that at that level.
So that's 15.
15.
Which doesn't guiding bolt him to death.
Oh my god, someone has advantage on that guy!
So this guy just... There's a bolt of guiding energy that flies from Calderax's holy symbol that slams into this guy, and this guy on the horse and cart is now glowing brightly, and you can shoot him really easily.
Nice.
This guy...
Did Squeak have any response to my shout?
Let's do this!
Cool.
Let's just read through entire lexicon of Squeak.
Basically. The mage, who is, as you possibly worked out, a mage,
Yes.
from their mage-like robes.
And having a raven on the shoulder.
I need to give a new spell to... He stands up and holds out his fist, and there is a fiery bolt within his grasp, and he fires it back at Calderax and deals 14 to hit.
Nope.
A fiery bolt disappears over your shoulder.
I flip him off.
Barum. I don't know why I did it in that voice, really.
I don't know why you did that either, though. So, I can move here.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, let me horsey.
Come, horsey.
Now my question. To jump on the wagon,
Yes.
what do I need to do?
You need to let me scroll to that bit of the book, which is way over here.
That was easy, then. So I let you scroll and I get on the wagon. Cool.
You need to make me a dexterity acrobatics check.
Both or either?
Well, it's an acrobatics check.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt it. It might go wrong. Oh, okay. No.
You leap from the horse, and you land on the back of the wagon.
Perfect landing, not even a wobble.
Yep.
So my question is, does the movement with the horse count as my move?
I'm gonna say it technically it counts as a portion of your move.
Okay,
so you can still move forward.
I move my 20 feet there. I'm 5 feet from here.
Yep. So you've got 10 more.
Do you have one modified feet?
I got more
15
than
more.
15.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna move.
Icon numbers.
I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And well, am I still raging?
No, you'd need to re-rage.
Rage again. Okay, I'm gonna try and grab that guy and throw him off the wagon.
Okay. So that would be a athletics check that you have advantage on.
18, apparently.
18.
Versus... Unfortunately, he manages to force himself out of your grasp as he rolled a 23.
Does that count as a bonus action?
That is an action. You attempted to grapple.
I can still hug him then.
You can still hug.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get out of the fucking place?
That does not hit.
Ah, I hate you!
You suck!
This guy that's glowing will shoot back at Calderax with a heavy crossbow. That's a 19 to hit.
19 does hit me.
That is 3 points of piercing damage as a heavy crossbow bolt lodges itself within your shoulder.
Doesn't have cover due to the wagon being in the way of the shot.
On his turn, I will let him move the wagon.
Okay.
So you take 3 points of piercing damage, and then another thing occurs. What that thing is...
Rock appears and just takes all the carts.
is nothing.
I'm intrigued.
Malzeray's turn. On Malzeray's turn, Malzeray is gonna not move Squeak and Squeak's horse. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Malzeray... Is Malzeray gonna do that? That seems like a Malzeray thing to do.
What? Join me on the
Yeah.
fucking wagon? Yeah. Do it.
Malzeray leaps from his horse, lands on the wagon and stumbles, but manages to stick the landing just. And the horse just glides away a little bit. And then Malzeray will pull out the rapier and miss,
Miss horribly.
and pull out the dagger and miss
horribly.
even worse. That's perfectly Malzeray.
I mean, it makes sense considering how he landed.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be balanced for a fight.
It's almost like we should just let this guy live.
No. I'm getting this guy off this fucking thing if it's the last thing I do.
Are you though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Neferin.
Hello. If I was to attempt to interact with the horses on the front of this one, how would that count as far as action or
That
or what? I'm just weighing up whether to try and get in, try not to die in the process, and attempt to slow those horses down, or whether to, at least if I get back there, then I'm not in the firing line for arrows from the guys in front. But it's what I do once I get there.
Dot.
I will let you use an action to try and slow the horses.
Right, okay. How are we doing on...
Or you can make an attack against the, like the barding and the, stuff that's holding the horses to the wagon.
Yeah, I don't really want to...
Or you can just attack the horse.
No, I don't want to do that. Jeez, man. 10, 15, 20... 25, I'm going to get up to here.
Oh god, which horse was yours? Which horse was yours?
This one. Join me, horse. So that I'm... should be slightly in cover from these guys, if they have arrows. I'm assuming because the backs are higher on the things. And I am going to leave the horses for a moment. I'm going to get a seeking arrow on the front guy again.
Okay. Actually, before you do that, can you make me another perception check?
Ooh. Yeah. Perception.
From getting to here, you can now hear there are screaming voices inside this caravan.
Screaming voices in this caravan as well.
Yes.
Who was it? They're in all the caravans.
How can I see how the backs are locked up?
You can't. It appears to be. You can't see where the people are being kept. It looks like this is just a stacked caravan of supplies. So it is hidden somewhere within this... whatever they're being transported in.
Okay. So she will shout there's more people held in this one too, perhaps in all of them. And then, yeah, she will seeking arrow the front one.
Did I close his character sheet? Yes, I did.
Probably.
Okay. That is 7 points. No, 8, John. Numbers. 8 points of damage to him.
Okay. How's he... Can I tell how healthy or somewhat or not someone is when I shoot them? Do I have an idea?
You can tell that he's not looking very healthy.
Oh, okay. Cool. And I am going to... Screw it, should we take a swing at this one?
Okay.
While I'm here, I can do that, can't I?
You can, yes.
So, let's rapier that dude. Or attempt to, at least.
That you swing out with a rapier, but the horse is moving and the cart moving. It doesn't connect as well as you would hope it does.
That's fair.
Oh, damn it, what's with that wagon?
It is this guy's go, and the crown of madness still hovers over his head. And so he swings at his friend.
Aww.
And hits.
Yay.
And then this guy will fire back at... Oh god, who can he actually fire back at? He's going to move the cart.
This is why I've hidden myself.
He fires back at Squeak. And Squeak dodges out of the way of the crossbow bolt, just downward on the horse, just tucks in to get low, and the bolt just flies over her head.
Nice.
And then this guy will attack Barham. Actually, he's going to try and do the same thing you did. He's going to grapple you. So he makes an athletics check, and can you make me a athletics check as well, please, Barham? You are at advantage.
I'm still at advantage for this shit.
What happens when you try and grapple someone that's spiky?
You do it very carefully.
Take damage.
He attempts to grapple you, but you manage to pull out of his arms this time as he rolled a 6.
Does it
Not this time, bugger!
Does it not count as damage?
It does not yet. I think it's a later thing with the...
It's a later thing for the
Armor.
outrager.
Oh, okay. Because that would be awesome.
It's like level 10 or 14, I think.
It's when I take. It's when I
5,
grapple a
10,
creature that he
15,
takes damage.
20. Squeak will move up to here and attempt to do what everybody else has done, which is leap onto the wagon.
Just this wagon's just gonna like buckle from all the people.
Yeah. The wagon is gonna get completely annihilated. in
And
terms of
Squeak
balance.
easily dives onto the wagon as well and starts looking through for finding the hidden space. And doesn't this turn. But the horse starts to trail behind.
My horsey here.
Calderax.
Some bitch.
Can we put some sort of marker on the horses to remember whose is whose?
That's
Is that
Squeak.
a thing we can do? Like colour?
I assume. I mean, we could match it to the color of our yeah, next to our names.
That's a point.
But then there comes me, and there is no spot.
But your horse should be purple.
What colour? Well, there is no colour next to Squeak's name.
Squeak would be blue.
Blue for
Yeah,
Squeak, I assume.
I think Squeak's blue, and Paddy looks in.
And Nephryn is a shade of green.
And Calderax, just don't leave your horse. Alternatively, yours is the one with no spot.
I'm the one without the mark.
Yeah.
You're the white horse. It's got a white mark.
Is there a white mark?
No.
I'm
There
sure.
isn't, but it kind of looks like there is.
Calderax, it's your turn. Do you want to get on the caravan?
Well, there's no space here. Right, I could either. I think I'm nervous about doing what I was intending to do to this caravan.
I'm intrigued.
Well, there are people in this one. There are people in this one.
Probably. Yeah.
I was intending to try and immobilize this one by a more destructive means. But now it's most likely going to have people in it, so I can't. I could try and just fuck this guy up though. But then again, this guy has it. But this guy has advantage.
Yes.
Yeah. What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? What do I have?
Oh.
The thing is, I can't even really get onto the fucking horses either. Yeah.
If you can get up near Neff, she would give you a hand to get up.
Because I have really shit acrobatics.
So she would get you advantage, I guess?
Yeah, if you aid, you can get advantage.
Then I'm going to ride up to here and try to acrobatics it
Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop.
And she'd attempt to catch him if you failed.
with advantage. Acrobatics. Well,
You make it.
You're welcome.
You stumble, but Neferin catches you and holds you up.
I then move to that guy, and with my advantage, I'm going to inflict some wounds upon him.
That hits.
And I will do that at second.
And any minute now, that might roll.
15.
And suddenly you are on top of a wagon with no driver.
Oh, did my roll 20 rose? Yeah, my roll 20.
Yeah, connection to the server's been interrupted.
Oh, no, it was just
Oh,
like-
there it is.
Yeah. There it is.
Am I able to try and grab the reins?
Uh,
Or is that more of a thing than that? I'm going to have to attempt next time.
The horses will continue to run. They
the
go-
horses will continue to
Like,
go.
veer off the fucking thing.
No.
Or do you start... Oh no, you can't perception yet, can you? I don't think.
I don't think I'm close enough to that wagon to perceive.
Well, no, because there's someone somewhere in this one, in the middle
Yeah,
one.
there is someone somewhere in this one, but I don't think I can really get into it either. Because I'm assuming it'll be locked. So I have no means to unlock.
No, you can't grab the reins at this point, but you'll be able to do it on your next turn.
In which case, as a crucial bonus, I'm doing that to myself.
Cool.
Good shout.
Now it is Evil Mage's turn. And Evil Mage is going to do the only thing that Evil Mage can do. And that is to point out that he should really be a Guild Mage, and that I didn't rename the NPC. And also, he flings a firebolt and misses Calderax again.
He hates you, Galvarax, for some reason.
He does.
There's just a bolt of fire just next to you on the wagon you're on.
Don't worry. Next time, mate.
I
Barum.
was imagining it just going over Neff's head as well and be like, oh, interesting.
Right. So I might have been actually a bit dumb because extra attack is extra attack just when I attack with a sword or anything, or does it count also when I do like a strength thing?
I believe it only counts when you do like a attack,
Okay.
not a special attack.
So I need to either attack that guy. But my further up question: if I were to sword that dude,
Yes.
then try to get him off the platform, can I do that on the second attack?
No, you would need to grapple him. You can grapple him and attempt to push him off or throw him off the wagon as one turn.
What I'm gonna do is, first of all, before I do anything, I'm gonna... No.
Nope, that does not.
Well then,
Okay.
Fail, you fucker!
No, not that one. That one. He rolled a 22.
yeah, next time I'm just gonna kill him straight on.
Just fucking kill him.
Yeah. I try to be fancy, you know, and do
I know,
like cool
I know.
actions, but the game is like, no, you can't.
No, I want you to kill this man. Kill him.
So Malzere will
Thank him.
miss
Also
twice.
fail
and apparently this guy can't die.
Neferin.
Focus
Okay.
on the wizard, because I'm just gonna focus on this guy for the whole game, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm gonna.
wizard- the mage is the most dangerous thing here.
The mage also isn't looking particularly healthy. So yes, I'm going to Seeking Arrow the mage. For
Okay. That is a dex save that he fails
Cool.
and is dead.
Uh,
You
And-
just fire an arrow straight up in the sky and it arcs.
he goes to fly over his head, then suddenly angles straight down and goes straight in.
Then I can. Does this count as a corner if I did that as 5,
Yes.
or do I have to actually come out and round?
No, I'll say that counts as a corner.
Okay, so 5. 10. 5, 10, 15, 20 to there. I've got 30, haven't I?
Yes.
So she will stick a head out and fire at this guy.
Okay.
With the longbow.
That will just hit.
Fine.
I'm liking 9s.
You do roll a lot of 9s.
That sinks an arrow into him. He's not dead yet, but he is hurting.
And she will slide back in behind.
Okay.
Jump over.
Oh, that guy can go away.
Which guy is that?
Bandit. This guy will swing at his friend. And hits.
I know that this guy is the only one who hits.
Yeah, this guy that's got Crown of Madness is really doing you a favour.
Well, the fact is, I assume this guy is just focusing. Grab him. It's fine.
Appreciate his favours.
We're just wrestling at this point.
The guy on the wagon will try and shoot back over the wagon at disadvantage to try and hit Neferin, and rolls an 8.
Armor class 17.
This guy will attempt to attack you, Barham.
Yeah, I assumed he would.
That is a 20 and a 24 to hit.
Yeah, both hit.
So that's 10 points of damage, half to 5 total.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Squeak will continue to look for the hidden space. And will find it on this turn and starts to pick the lock.
What chance do the rest of us have at lockpicking, by the way? Is it a thing we can do, or is it just completely not?
You don't have the tools for it unless you've got a thieves' kit.
Right, okay, that's fine.
Your chances of doing it are largely you can try, but it's not very
Essentially,
likely.
It's like a caveman, you just hit it with a rock.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
much.
do it a lot less delicately. Like you use your dagger to try and pry the lock open and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Okay, we'll come back
I've
to
just never
that.
thought about it before.
Calderax.
Everyone can try everything. It's just that
Some people are better than others.
some people can. Well, even then, you could technically buy the tools, but you won't be proficient in them, so you won't exactly know what you're doing.
In theory, once Squeak is done with it, it will still be usable afterwards.
Yes.
Yes.
Calderax.
Very good. No one will ever know you did it. So, what am I going to do? Now, with the grabbing of reins,
Yes.
is this an action or...
Do you have a land vehicle?
I don't have land vehicles, no.
Cool.
What are you going to say? Do you know the Muffin Man?
No, I don't.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Yes, I know the Muffin Man, who lives on Drury Lane.
Yes.
Stop it.
You can take control of this wagon as an action, or as as part of your movement, and then you can choose to do something with it.
Well, no, I don't really want to do anything with it. I just want to make sure that it's gonna like be controllable.
Okay.
If that's not the if it's not actually gonna do anything, if these horses are just gonna run and basically they have a tendency to kind of follow whatever's in front of them if they're in a.
Pretty much.
So I think I'm okay. So I would like to attack that other fucker then.
Okay.
The one that Nephrin attacked.
Okay.
I will. What do I have that can fuck this guy up? I don't really want to do another guy. Or do I? Fuck it. That was an advantage. Why did I do that at advantage? 18.
The
That's a
18
lower.
will hit.
So ignore the duplicated damage. And what spell slots do I have? I don't have. I have 1/3 level. Let's go for 3rd level. Let's really make his day of battle. So 20.
He flies off the front, and there's like a as he collapses onto the ground, and then the wagon just goes over him.
Ooh!
Well, look, then the wagon goes over him. Then Nephrin's horse.
And then Nephrin's horse. And there's not much left after that.
And then as he's been run over by Nephrin's horse, I just like drop a rock.
There's a paste of him somewhere back here.
I imagine Squeak would stop what she's doing and just wave.
And now both the front 2 wagons are uncontrolled and just going forward.
Yeah,
Barham.
that's my next.
I am getting angry at this man. So I'm gonna reckless attack this bitch.
Okay.
Fucking kill him!
That will hit.
Fuck him up.
I just imagine like Barham going, okay, right, that's it.
You know what? Nothing more fancy! Fuck you!
He is still hanging in there.
No, he's fucking not!
No, he fucking isn't.
Right, that's it.
Technically, he died before the Battle Rager bonus attack, so do you want to do that to the other guy?
Yep. I'm gonna move
So
the,
that is...
Yep.
Malzare is going to also attack this guy. He's going to drop the Crown of Madness.
Shank him.
Because it doesn't actually do anything if there isn't a target around anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can't kill himself, unfortunately.
Oh, he hits with the dagger. Yay!
Finally.
Thank fuck for that.
So that is 7 points of damage. Plus the Psychic Blades. These Psychic Blades, which do 2d6.
Oh, fuck.
So that's 6 more points of damage. Yay! Neverin.
Hi.
Hello.
So I need to get in front. 5, 10, 15. What options do I have to slow the horse down? Like, would animal handling make a difference?
Yes. You can ride up next to them and make an animal handling check to try and take control of them, or you can leap onto the wagon and just take the reins and try to stop them that way.
I can't have an attempt at one and then in the same turn go for the other.
No.
Damn it.
It takes too long.
So, I will... What are you feeling? Screw it, I'm going to have a go at animal handling.
Okay.
Why not? Let's go for it. 5, 10, 15, 20. So if I get up to here, then I'm alongside the horses, I
Yep.
assume. Someone or other. And...
You attempt to yell at the horses, and it's not quite enough.
Yeah.
The one immediately next to you is starting to maybe slow down, but there's two horses pulling the wagon, and if they don't both slow down, it doesn't end well for either of them. So it's in both of their best interests to keep going at the moment.
Yeah. In which case, she will drop back.
Well, in that case, I stab the horse.
In that case, it can die.
And then it is this guy's turn, and he's gonna make actually that character.
Snapped out of his funk and is really not liking his situation.
He's really not liking his situation, and he's really not liking Malzere right now. So I think we're going to get an attack against Malzere, an attack against... so that's 16s. So that's a 16 will hit Malzere, and that does 8 points of damage. That's a 6, John. 8 points of damage. Barham, a 16.
That would be a no.
So he swings at Malzere, swings at Barham, and it just slices and sparks off of your armour.
The madness still hasn't quite worn off, clearly.
And Squeak slides a hidden compartment open and starts helping a person out of it.
Can... I was going to say, can we see that Neff... Oh no, can Neff see that Squeak has opened the compartment there?
Not from where you are at the moment. There's a couple of high wagons in the way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Calderax.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, what am I going to do? What will I do?
That's a good question.
Massively running out of spell slots. So...
Try and control the horse, I guess.
But this guy really just needs to die.
Yeah, that is fair.
I'm going to attempt a guiding bolt. I'm going to make sure I'm not on the advantage, and then I'm going to guiding bolt that one.
That will
I'm
hit.
rolling really well for them. And I only have first levels left, so that's pretty fucking good for a first level one.
That's max, isn't it?
I think. Hang on, let's have a quick shifty. Not quite.
Oh no.
It's but either way, that was very, very good.
That was very good. He gets lifted out of his seat and just and he's only run over by 2 horses.
On the way down, he considers himself lucky.
On the way down, he considers himself already dead before he hit the ground.
Which we consider as lucky.
Yeah, in the afterlife, he considers himself lucky.
Barham.
What can I do to try and stop the...
You can take your action to stop the cart.
I will take my action to stop because I can't really do anything else. I will just take my action to stop.
You grab the reins up and you pull on them, and the horses slow and stop. And Calderax and Nephirin, do you want to do...
I'll be doing the same.
Yeah, I'll be doing the same as well.
Nephirin, do you want to make me an acrobatics?
Yeah, you need to get on the cards first.
Oh, yeah. Acrobatics.
Yep, you leap to the cart perfectly fine, and you grab up the reins, and you all stop your respective horses.
Whoa, Dobbins! Whoa!
Or you all stop your respective carts.
Yay. And then Neff will go straight for searching to find where it is. Can she, while she's on top, will she be able to see where Squeak is looking?
You can all confer with each other to find that this...
I'm just thinking because Squeak can't tell us.
This one doesn't have a hidden compartment in it.
And I can't... There's no presence of other people.
There isn't anybody else in this one, but this one does.
Do I try and perceive? I can't really get them out, but I can at least try and find out where they are.
You can attempt to find them, or you can just wait for Squeak. Now that you've stopped the horses, Squeak can hop down.
I'm going to try and perceive anyway. 13.
At this point, yes, you can find where the person is.
I point to Squeak, pointing out to Squeak. He's here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, lockpick that shit.
Let's do this.
High five.
Nailed it. As she swings the thing open, and there are how many are there?
400. $400 pygmies packed in.
I like how no horses were hurt in this.
Nope.
Nope.
Makes me happy.
You manage to find the farmers. Does it say? Why doesn't it say in useful places how many farmers there are? Four. So there are 8 farmers in total who have been bound and gagged that you aid out of the wagons. And
Are they various?
Various non-human races.
Yeah.
The 2 rear carts also carry crates of figs. That have been stacked up to block the view of
The
imprisoned people. And also to make it look like they've got full carts of goods.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm going to call a close to this session. We'll come back to this next week.
Was there anything of note on the front one? Sorry.
There doesn't appear to be.
It's a big empty cart.
No, there doesn't appear to be, but you can all take 100 XP for stopping the carts before they got to where they were going, and also finding the prisoners and rescuing them.
100 XP.
100.
I could do the maths on that one. I like it.
There doesn't appear to be anything particularly valuable on the cart itself. The cart, however, you can take the wagons and the horses for your own, should you wish to. If you want to take one of the wagons, you can all move. You can all move in the wagon without needing to ride individual horses.
Yeah.
But off tax.
We can still have a couple of horses with us.
Yeah.
We can take more stuff.
If we just like put the horses like tie them to the back, they'll just follow along behind.
Yeah. But for now, we will call a close to this.
Okie dokie.
What did you name the prisoner?
I don't think we named him.
Guy with an arrow through the knee is still with Carl and the... is still with the dwarf and the other bandits.
If I know what the other llama was called, we could call the prisoner that.
Paul.
Paul.
Yes, we'll call him Paul.
Paul is with Carl.
My name's Paul. What? My name's Paul. Really? Oh.
And you guys can go back and pick him up if you want to do that. We will pick up from this point next week, when the adventures of the Golden Tooth continue. In the meantime, on Friday, myself, Jennifer, and Tanny, at the very least, will be back to play the Yaug.
Oh yeah.
See how they do with surviving the mysterious events of the Yaug. On Sunday, I'll be back with the Tomb of Annihilation, where the crew will continue to make their way through the Fane of the Night Serpent.
As loudly as humanly possible.
As loudly as humanly possible, and stealthily try to stealthily attack everything and find the last puzzle cube that has been taken and hidden within somewhere. Monday next week, Sean and I will be back with more Minecraft Mondays as we continue to try to get uber powerful stuff together to fight the Gaia Guardian and not die from it.
We're also trying to get Sean to join us.
And maybe we'll have Sean join us, because he has Minecraft and we like playing games with Sean.
I will.
Join us.
One of us again.
We shall see.
As I say, next Wednesday we'll be back with more of this as the group work out what to do with the prisoners and the carts and the wagons and the horses. Friday next week probably won't be doing anything because it'll be MCM.
Well,
We will be doing stuff at MCM.
Yeah.
Not on stream.
Not on stream. If you guys are coming to MCM London next week, on the Friday I have my panel from 12 till 12:45. The final boss fight, 3/4 of an hour of power. On the Saturday, I have or myself, Sammy, Carboom, Sean, and Ben will be doing a D&D live play on the studio stage from 6 till 7. They will be playing through a little Tomb of Annihilation one-shot called A Walk in the Park. Sammy, what time are your panels?
My panel is at 2:30 p.m. on the Friday and 3:45, 4:15 the Sunday.
And the Friday panel is Geek Worlds in London, where you're going to be talking about Geek Worlds and invading London.
Yes, and invading London and invading the Comic-Con. And Sunday is a sort of masterclass about how to create a fantasy or some sci-fi world in cinema and script writing.
So that sounds like the sort of thing I should come to and learn how to make fantasy worlds and tell stories. So if you are coming to MCM, come and see us. We will be there. Say hello to us. We will be in the studio space. If you,
We would like to see you if you are there.
we would like to see you and for you to say hello. If you aren't able to make it to MCM, we will have videos of as many of the panels as possible on respective YouTube channels, and we'll do Twitch premieres, and I think we can do YouTube premieres as well now.
Yeah.
So we might do premieres for all of the things. But for now, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.